ads keep appearing over here. Huh. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Garlet's High Performance Garage channel. As you guessed, it's another motherfucking Sunday. Another worthless ass fucking Sunday. The only day I've been having off a lot lately. And this coming week is Thanksgiving. Already. Where the fuck does the time go? Seemed like yesterday I was getting ready for the fucking Mount Savage Fire Department car show. And it's goddamn Thanksgiving's knocking on the back door. And really, it's not knocking on the back door because it hasn't had time to digest yet. So, Christmas will be knocking on the back door with all their gimmicks and scams and terrible television and, you know, running stuff up your ass, running that red and green glowing rod up your ass and breaking it off for Christmas bullshit. Fucking hate Christmas. I was like, oh, you know that's the Lord's and Savior's birthday. I don't really give a fuck. I don't care. Because right now, if you sit and look at it, it only means that to so many people these days. Right now, it's just Santa Claus and commercialism and horrible, horrible, horrible movies on the Hallmark Channel. And, well, they just don't begin now. They've been playing those motherfuckers since July, so it's because they have that excuse. They always call it Christmas in July, which is bullshit. It's like, oh God, I'm glad there's only one fucking Christmas. It's on a goddamn, I think it's on a fucking Monday this year. Yeah, it's on a Monday. So, God forbid, I'll get a whole fucking Monday off next month. Yeah. There's one thing I've learned in the coal business is you're either feasting or you're not. You're either paying your bills or you're not. Because stupid shit happens. And a lot of times these power plants, which is your sole person that you're delivering coal to, you're mining it for these power plants, and then they'll just go on a shutdown or something happens, something goes awry and fucks up, then you have, you know, a period of time where they're not taking anything, and they're not giving you any waste, and then it turns to, you know, 4 days a week, which I don't mind. I mean, working man should only have to work 3 or 4 days a week to make a living. But now we all slave because the rest of the world doesn't work 5 days a week. The rest of the fucking living world, communist or not, they do not work 5 fucking days a week. Well, probably China. China, they probably work around the clock because, you know, they're fucking pushing slavery. And this country, for some reason, wants to be just like them because of the douchebags we have in office right now. They want to push this agenda from that fucking Chinese motherfucker over there, GZ Ping or Poop or Stink or Sting or whatever the fuck his name is. Asshole. That's what I call him. We need to send a SEAL team in there and murder him. That's what we need to do. We need to take him out. And then just liberate China. That's what we need to do. And then when you liberate China and give them a new leader and, you know, turn them into a republic, yeah, that would work. Because then, you know, North Korea and Iran and them, they wouldn't have a giant to turn to for any help or anything. And then we could just steadily turn the world free. You know, it's so easy to do. But there's too many people in the middle. Too many assholes in the middle getting rich off of communism. And that's what's happening in our government now. These so-called Democrats, I don't think they're Democrats, because Democrats used to help the working man. They don't anymore. That's a thing of the past, because they've all became corrupt and enriched, and they all have great power now, and they want to enslave the middle class because they're ran by the richest elites of the world. These people are insane and want to turn us into a one world order where we have a one world government and none of us will be free. It'll be rich or poor, and the poor will have nothing. We'll have nothing. We'll be controlled. They'll tell us how many kids we can have. They'll do what China does. They'll take your firstborn. If it's a female, they'll kill it, throw it in a hole someplace, or burn it, or whatever the fuck they do with babies they kill. And they're steadily thinning the population over there. They have, introduced drinking and drugs and smoking and anything they can to their population over there to thin it the fuck out big time, because those Chinese people, they're just breeding like fucking rabbits because they ain't got nothing else to do. Watch TV and fuck. They do work, their kids work. They put them in, those 12-year-olds in factories. That's who makes all your clothes and, all your electronics and, the ones that they, those kids, the African kids, the kids in Venezuela and Argentina. Those are all those kids that dig up the lithium for these lithium-ion batteries that they're putting in cars. So, but that's environmentally friendly, and they're still trying to push their climate change agenda like it's a real thing, and it's not. It's not real. I don't care what anybody says. Climate change is not a thing. It is a scam. It is a means for political gain and financial gain. It is nothing more. And these people like Harrison Ford and Leo DiCaprio and all those rich assholes, Oprah Winfrey, Dwayne Johnson, all those motherfuckers have private jets. They're all so filthy fucking rich. They're the ones telling you the oceans are rising and the climate, it's getting hotter and hotter everywhere because you have a heat wave. They want to bamboozle you into thinking that it's your fault. You're the ones doing it. It's your fault. You're doing it. You're the reason it's happening with your gasoline cars. You need electric cars. You need everything electric. Although all the power coming into your electric cars is coal-fired power. And, I can't push this fact enough. And then you have activists out there, stop oil activists. Guess what my hat is made from? Part of it's made from petroleum. That's oil. That is a form of oil. And it is refined from the ground. It is a byproduct of planet Earth. It is not a fossil fuel. It is not made from fossils. It is a waste product from the planet Earth. And when we burn it, I'm tired of talking about this too. I need to give everybody a science lesson. I learned this in 3rd grade science. Because these stop oil people and these so-called environmentalists, and plus Toyota Motor is trying to push this too. I'll never buy another Toyota ever again. I used to like their stuff and I hate it. I hate it for this reason. I keep seeing a commercial that says, oh, we're going to be carbon neutral by 2035, 2040. No. You can't be. There's no way you could be, because nobody would live through that. Nobody would live. This planet would be inhabitable. And there's no way to stop CO2 from being in the atmosphere because we have active erupting volcanoes. Even if we didn't have cars, we would still have active erupting volcanoes that would put CO2 in the atmosphere. Our planet is a circle of life. It's a circle of fucking life. Watch the motherfucking Lion King. That stupid cartoon. It's on the same principle. You're born, You live your life. You eat, you shit, you eat, you shit. You kill other things to live. You use resources in order to survive. Then you die, you return to the earth. You return. You eventually turn into a pile of fucking dust. And then you're part of the fucking planet. The planet is a living thing. It is alive. I know people don't think that it is. It is alive. And it has an immune system. And its immune system is very strong. Very strong. And it's because of us. I'm more of an environmentalist than the people that say that they are environmentalists. Because what did our grandparents, the ones that were born in the 1920s, what did they do when they grew up? These are people that lived through the Depression. What did they do when they grew up? What did their parents do when they changed oil in their cars? A lot of them didn't even change it because it wasn't a requirement. The oil they changed, a lot of times they would you could take the filter out and clean it and put it back. It was an oil bath filter. You just filled it up with oil. You know, your air filters, and then your oil filter was just media. You could clean it up and run it, put it back in the casing and screw it back on the engine. And you just took the old waste oil and you dug a hole in the ground and you dumped it in there. And nothing happened in where you dumped it. Grass thrived. Grass thrives off of that used oil. It does. It really does. I mean, of course, Google's not going to say nothing about it because they don't want you knowing the truth. That's just another liar organization. But anyway, this is what I'm talking about when I say third grade science class. Plus, I had crop and soil science and agriculture class in high school. Here's, as Joe Biden would say, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal, Jack. Fucking jerk off. This is what happens. In order, you have a seed, you plant it in the ground. You plant it in the ground, you cover it up with dirt. It rains. It starts absorbing the water. And it's taking in these minerals. The water's helping the minerals of the dirt get into this seed. The seed's pulling it all in. There's cracks enough in the ground. Sun's heating up the dirt. It's getting warm. It's incubating in there. It's growing. It pokes through the soil. Sunlight hits it. It's called photosynthesis. It's how plants feed off of natural sunlight because they need it. And then us running cars with that CO2 in the atmosphere, plants, trees, blades of grass pull that CO2 out of the air, out of the passing air, and they feed on it. And when they have waste, their waste product, because everything shits. I don't give a fuck who you are. Everybody shits and pisses. Everybody has waste. They produce, their waste is oxygen. And what do? We breathe oxygen. We thrive on it. Our blood requires it. Our brains require it. Our heart pumps to feed our brains with oxygen and blood. That's how we live. That is a circle of life right there. We all need this in order to survive. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. But I don't know how people were so fucking stupid to that fact. That is a fucking fact. That ain't my opinion. This is a fucking fact. This is how plants and humans all live in harmony together because we help each other. We produce the CO2 that they feed on. In turn, they produce the oxygen that we breathe. Plus, they grow the food that we eat. Not all of it. But the animals that we eat, they eat those plants and we eat those animals. So, essentially, we are part vegetarian, all of us. This vegan lifestyle, that's bullshit. Saying red meat's bad for you, that's a lie. Red meat is good for you. Fat off of animals is good for you. We thrive on it. When when farmers are out here, the government gives them chemicals and shit. These commercial farmers to spray all these fucking chemicals on our goddamn food. And they put preservatives, pump this food into preservatives in these food, unnecessary preservatives. Shit that gives you diseases and cancers, and mainly cancers, different kinds of cancer. I found out, I did a little research, that the reason bread and pasta in the United States, this is just in the United States, the reason bread and pasta and rice products make you feel like fucking dog shit after you're done eating it is because they spray it with folic acid. They spray all that stuff with folic acid. And what that does is it makes it puff. It makes it puff up inside of you. Whenever you eat it and your digestive juices go to digest that food in your stomach, it reacts with those digestive juices and it makes you feel like you're going to explode. And it shouldn't do that. It does that, and then it puts fucked up messages to your brain from your stomach, or it blocks them, like high fructose corn syrup. There's another fucking bunch of shit. That is not a good food for you. That is a dangerous food. There are so many different uses for corn, it's unreal. We can make whiskey with it. You can just eat the corn if you want to. Popcorn. Got a very big long hair down there. Have to cut that off later. Anyway, we use it to make cornbread, corn chips. They dust corn on top of goddamn them fancy fucking brioche buns and stuff, and sub rolls. They sprinkle fucking corn dust all over it. They grind it up, make tortillas with it. There's all kinds of uses. It's even a main ingredient in antifreeze for your car. That's where it gets the sweetness from. And if you taste antifreeze, yes, it is sweet. Don't drink it, because it'll kill you. It's got ethylene glycol in there. And that is poison. That will definitely kill you. It'll make you blind first. And then you'll just slowly fucking die, or fucking insides will turn to liquid. But anyway, I mean, I don't know everything. I only know what I've been taught. And I can tell you right now, we as a people of this nation cannot survive without oxygen or without CO2. CO2 is one of the building blocks of life on our planet. And it is a requirement in order to live. I don't know why these people think that, they feed you that lie, that bold-faced fucking lie of, hey, we're going to be carbon neutral. You're awful for leaving your carbon footprint. We want to charge you money for, the emissions that you produce. That's just a clever way of saying, hey, we want more money off of you. Let's fuck you over. But I can tell you, when Mr. Trump gets back in office here next time, these motherfuckers better hope the fuck they pack up and leave. These morons that are down there right now. Because he's coming for all of them. He's coming for them. And I support him 1,010,000 fucking percent. I definitely stand behind that man, because he wants us all to thrive. Not just survive, but thrive. He wants to put America back where it used to be, pre-World War II. Not in technology, in quality of life. Because our grandparents lived for a long time. Our great-grandparents lived for a long time. And they did that because everything they ate was natural. Everything they ate was untouched, unmolested. Overseas, people live longer than we all do. because there's not crazy ass chemicals and garbage in their food. Over in France or Italy, when you buy a fucking loaf of bread, it's uncut and it's all one piece. It don't last as long, but it's better for you. You eat pasta overseas somewhere, it's so much better for you. You can eat it. You can eat lots of it before you get full. And before it does, it don't swell up in your gut and make you feel like a miserable fuck when you're done eating it. We're all destined to be great big fat asses because the FDA is trying to fucking kill us. They're trying to kill us off. The FDA needs knocked down a couple pegs. They need took down off their high horse and they need to do their job. And these farmers need to stop spraying weird shit on our crops, on our food, because we're dying from it. It's killing us slowly, shortening our lives. Insurance companies need dealt with. Health insurance companies, it needs to be illegal to have an insurance company for health, for medical purposes. Because all they do is butt heads with the doctors. And now they're paying the doctors extra money to throw us on a pill. Overseas, these wonder drugs are not allowed to be advertised on TV. It's like cigarettes aren't allowed to be advertised on TV in the United States because they have a cancer risk. Well, you might as well fucking put it on TV again and have people smoke. I think smoking cigarettes is probably safer than the drugs we have. Jesus Christ. I never thought I'd hear that. I haven't smoked for 23 years. And if it didn't stink so goddamn bad, I'd probably take it up again. But I can't stand it. It's horrendous. My wife in here smokes about 2 packs a day, and my clothes, my hats fucking stink. My hair stinks. I have to really scrub myself good and make sure I put all my fucking clothes away in the right spot, which a lot of times they don't get put away. But anyhow, the smoke draws into everything. My ceilings in there were yellow. I repainted the ceilings in my house. Boy, I had a picture of them. I couldn't believe the difference. Whenever I painted one part of the ceiling white again like it was supposed to be, and I put it next to that, it's just, oh my God. The difference between the yellow, the brownish yellow that ceiling turned into compared to what I've just painted was just night and day insane. Yeah. Yep. And I don't know. I don't really have much more to talk about. Other than that, I keep seeing these commercials. They have so many people bamboozled, and then the Stop Oil crowd I don't get either, because they used a bus to get to where they go, or they use some kind of mode of transportation that uses oil. And if it don't use oil, the tires are made out of oil. The panels and stuff use coal and iron to make, and they use some kind of fuel along the line to make that stuff. You have to. You got to. We're using our fucking resources here, people. So it's completely redundant for them to sit out there and block traffic. Say, stop oil, stop oil, stop. Yeah, stop it, all right. Okay, well, we'll stop it and we'll see how long you fuckers survive on it, without it. Plus, they're trying to weaken us. They're trying to weaken the United States. Because whenever they take coal and oil away from us, we're going to be very weak and vulnerable. And that's what the richest elites of the world want. They want our country to be very weak so they can come in and take it. That's why that's why Biden's letting the border open down here. They're not bringing across women and children. They're not coming in here. There ain't no women and children coming here. They're young men coming in here from different countries. They're young men of military age to come in here because they want to They want to get a nice bunch of them motherfuckers in. They have a town out west they've been sticking them in. You know, of course, New York's full of them, but they have a town they've been developing out in one of the flyover states. You don't really see it, but some folks have found it via Google Earth, and it's a town. It's like a mining camp, but it's for these young of age military men from other countries that come across the border. We're paying for them to live there in these towns. They're living off our tax dollars. They're eating and living and being all great, and they're training. They're training to come for you and me. They're training to come get us. They're training to come round us all up. They're going to round us all up and put us in these little 15-minute cities, or, well, what I like to call them, death camps. So you can sit there with nothing and be told what to do and what to say, and you'll have no rights. You'll have no possessions. The young people won't be allowed to have children. They'll only be allowed to have what the government says you can have. And they all want population control. So I remember there was a cartoon that came on when I was in high school, or the middle school actually. It was called Captain Planet. You might have heard of it. I giggled my ass off when I watched that fucking stupid cartoon because it sucked so fucking bad. That a guy, all these kids had element rings, and they put them all together, and Captain Planet come up out of the ground. He had a green fucking mullet, a big old bull dyke fucking melon on his head there, mullet. Business in the front, party in the back. You know how mullets are. A green mullet, and his skin was white, like a silvery, like a pearl white. And if they chucked used oil on him, he was done. Oil, and if they'd fire up a car and blow exhaust on him, oh, I'm dying, Planeteers, I'm dying. And they would have to throw water and shit on him to get him to come to. Where the sun would shine on him. Oh, I'm better now. I want to kick the ass off of these horrible Republican people that hate the environment. And they always had a lesson on them cartoons. They had one lesson. I distinctly remember the one lesson. It was about population control. That we need to practice population control because the population was getting so big. We had to watch what we were doing and not have so many kids. And that kind of, even though none of this shit was really, they were trying to bamboozle you with that stupid fucking Earth Day bullshit. I remember that in school. Because we would all celebrate Earth Day in school. We would have an assembly where some hippie would come and tell us how we're horrible for burning gas and using oil and coal and stuff. Cutting trees down, to make paper. They didn't have any fucking solutions. They couldn't bring no solutions up. No, what do I want to say? No relevant solutions, put it that way. And they would say all this bullshit, try to pump your head in this, into all this bullshit into your head, and tell you that you were horrible for driving cars. You needed to take more public transportation. Basically inconvenience yourself to make you think that you're making a difference, doing this for the planet and everybody will be able to breathe and all that. Fuck you. Fuck you, Captain Planet. Lick my fucking balls. I'll send Superman over to kick your stupid ass. We'll throw your ass in the sun, you fucking prick. He was nothing but a bunch of bullshit. Captain fucking Planet. Yeah, Captain Planet. Look at this. You need to do this. Go fuck yourself, you green-haired fuck. And your stupid little gay Planeteer fags. Yep. The fuck. And then it was just a bunch of shit to try and get you to try and brainwash you, but fuck, that went in one ear and out the other. I seen that stupid shit. Plus these stupid assemblies. We didn't give a fuck. We got to throwing paper airplanes at those people in the assembly, so which back then was a big no-no. Right now it's like it ain't jack shit, but it'd probably make kids cry today. So it would probably be a really big deal today. Throwing paper airplanes around. I used to do that on the school bus too. That and spit wads. We get them big pens and tear them apart and have little pieces of notebook paper, chew them off in there, get them nice and wet, stick them in there and fucking shoot them at people on the bus. Yeah, I got in big trouble for that shit all the time. I was a little bastard in school. I was a little asshole that picked on people like that. But it was people that were older than me. I picked on all the older kids all the time. Of course, I was bigger than the older kids, but it was fun, though. It was really fun. But anyway, and there's another thing I seen. What the fuck was it? Oh, yeah, those jackasses in India landing on the moon. They sent an unmanned space probe to the moon. Like fuck they did. Those cocksuckers, those scamming motherfuckers. They couldn't send falafel to the fucking moon, let alone a spacecraft. They can hardly send falafel to their fucking friends over there. Idiots. God damn it. You talk about fucking retardation. Those motherfuckers, and they're gonna send a probe to the sun, and so it can bring stuff back. You know what? If you go into the sun, you send something in the sun, it's gone. It'll melt. Because up in space, when you don't have protective layers on a planet to protect you, the sun will burn you to death. It'll bake you. If you're in direct sunlight in space, you will be dead. You will be fried. That's why in spacesuits, when they did them spacewalks, they had air-conditioned suits on. But on the dark side, like on the other side of the moon, it's freezing. There's ice on the other side of the moon. Because the moon doesn't get light on all sides of it, I don't think. I'm not sure how that works. But I'm pretty sure there's ice on one side of the moon. I would say probably the planet Mars is probably the result of idiot environmentalists. Taking the carbon away. Nothing will grow. They said they were thinking about sending nukes to Mars to move it, like to move it from a different position or do something, some kind of explosion in order to turn it into like an Earth-like atmosphere. And it's like, how would you know to do that? I don't think that would happen. Anyway, I'm getting off the subject, but anyway, India, you're full of shit. You're a bunch of scamming, telemarketing nightmare assholes. And y'all need to go suck a big fat bag of dicks, all of you. All you Indian fucks. Go fuck yourselves. I get them at least once or twice a month calling me, telling me my Apple account is being compromised. The Apple account that I don't even have. When you tell them that you don't have one, they hang up on you. You know right then it's a scam. I got 8 calls one day from them fuckers. 8 fucking different Indian cocksuckers. 8 different ones called me. The one guy, I told him to go fuck himself. He hung up on me. The other guy, I played along with him for a good while. And I told him, I said, guess what? And he's like, oh, this is Jeff from customer support. I was like, no, your name's not Jeff. I would pretty well bank that your name's not Jeff. And the woman that called me, Maria. She was Maria. I said, have you opened up a 7-Eleven there, Maria? Excuse me? I said, boy, Maria. I said, I bet you have a nice set of tits. I said, why don't you send me a picture of them bastards? I'll give you my fucking, you can just text them to me on my cell phone here. That's what I'm talking to you on. Just take a picture of your titties and send them to me. Then the one Indian guy, cause they worship cows over there. And I was asking him if he ate cow shit. Because they do. They eat cow shit. They're such a sacred animal, eating their shit. They let them fuckers run around. They contaminate their water and shit over there, letting cows stand in it and shit and piss all through their water supply. Yeah, they're smart individuals. Them motherfuckers, they couldn't fix a wheel on a fucking hot dog cart. They would try to scam you into doing it for them. Fucking jerk-offs. But anyway. Yeah, I actually just got back from taking my trash up. I had to take that up. Of course, it's only 5 o'clock, something like that, and it's fucking dark as fucking Nat King Cole's asshole outside. Jesus Christ. It's fucking crazy. I hate wintertime. It's fast approaching. I don't think wintertime is till like December something. I think winter starts in December. Something like that. Hell month. There's 3 hell months. December, January, and February. Hell months. Horrible, horrible months of the year. Very depressing time of year. It sucks. Had a lot of loved ones die in like November and December over the years. Lots of relatives die that you used to go on and seeing on holidays, and all of a sudden they're gone. You don't get to see them anymore. It's a very depressing time of year. Especially, when that's when they die. Is that time of year. It really sucks. But anyway, everybody. I just had to say something. There's not much going on around here because other than it's the weather has been cooperating a little bit. And of course you get that scam and bullshit on Facebook saying how we're supposed to have this horrendous fucking snowstorm before Thanksgiving, and that's just a scam. That's fake shit. That's them wanting you to get on their app is all that is. That's for them to say, hey, get on my app. We're going to do this and that. You need to get on this app for the weather. It's going to give you false information. So, and that their goal is to get your bank account number so they can rob you blind. But anyway, everybody, I'm starting to get thirsty talking. And I'm probably going to have to go in and fold fucking laundry and make dinner. Because, that's what I get to do on Sundays. And I hate Sundays. They suck shit. They suck ass very much. Very, very much so. And, alright, everybody. I'll leave you a picture with total awesomeness before I go ahead and get out of here. Everybody have a wonderful fucking Thanksgiving. Eat lots of turkey. Go to sleep. Don't let the commercialism of Christmas suck you in too much. Don't be spending so much goddamn money on Christmas. Jesus, fuck. Fuck that. But anyway, everybody, I'll see you on the next one. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, please. Comment and subscribe, please. Please do. I get lots of fucking... I've been getting lots of awesome comments. I appreciate that. I try to answer them as I get them, but there isn't a lot of them, so I'm not really overwhelmed. But I'll try to answer any questions you have about these cars. And by the way, my everyday car is hurt. It's got a busted intake. Apparently the old Triton 4.6 liter V8s that Ford produces has a weak plastic ass fucking intake that breaks around the thermostat housing. So now I have to buy an intake for that car in order to have wintertime transportation here. And old grandma out there, I'm going to buy a heater core for that car, the old Crown Vic. replace the heater core, and I'm going to run that son of a bitch too. It's all Z-boarded and everything. I'm going to put the street strip fucking valve body in the transmission, get her to shift a little quicker. I'll probably run it as last resort. Right now it has no heat. Neither of them have heat. The antifreeze just runs out of the mercury now, so I can't really drive it anywhere. So I will have to aggravate myself with fixing that. So I have to take the old intake off, put the new one on when I get it. But what else could happen around the holidays? Always something got to happen. The only tough thing I see about taking that intake off is the EGR system, which that builds up a lot of heat, and that old tube is really rusty back there. So if something happens, I twist it off or whatever, I'll probably just plug it and say the hell with it. I'm not sure what it'll do to the car, whether it'll do anything to hurt the performance or gas mileage, but whatever. As long as I can get 20 couple with it, I don't care. Doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. But anyway, everybody have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one.